Well, what a boost for Chelsea. 3 days after limping off at Blackburn, Petr Cech starts for the home side. Its health softened the blow with top scorer Didier Drogba and captain John Terry still on the sidelines. Only one change from the Ewood Park win, and a change in formation too. Claudio Pizarro gets his first Premier League start since August. He joins Andrei Shevchenko up front. John Obi Mikel makes way. Without a win in 4 now, Aston Villa, but without the squad to shuffle things too much. The same side here from the 1-1 draw against Manchester City at the weekend. Stilian Petrov was ready to return, but he's sidelined with illness. Sean Maloney keeps his place, so Villa field the same starting 11 that inflicted defeat on Chelsea back in September. Interesting battles and sideshows all over the pitch here as the two sides seem to match up in terms of formation with those 4-4-2s, and two battlers in the England midfield as well, wearing the captain's armband. Frank Lampard, who was temporarily dislodged in the centre of the international side by Gareth Barry before coming back for England's abortive attempt to qualify for Euro 2008 against Croatia. Phil Dowd is our match referee here this afternoon. Had a lively outing the last time he took charge of a Premier League game. Gave 2 penalties and sent off 1 player as Spurs crashed to defeat against Blackburn Rovers. Seldom done while Martin O'Neill is around and one of his sides. They come to West London looking for a double. Well, last Christmas Chelsea gave away their title. 3 back-to-back draws at this time of year. Represented too much ground to make up in the end for Jose Mourinho's side. 6 points dropped at Christmas, 6 points the ultimate gap between Chelsea and the top. And as it stands, as they prepare to kick off and underway for this festive programme, 6 points again separates them from the Premier League summit. So another Christmas for Chelsea, another one without key players. No Didier Drogba, their joint top scorer. No John Terry, their inspirational captain. Similarities with last year, but no doubt about it, Trevor, they will have had a massive boost with the news that Petr Cech is fit to start.
I think it surprised everyone. Nobody anticipated Petr Cech being available, but I'm sure that they're absolutely delighted about it. Look forward to an interesting encounter this afternoon. Both teams playing 4-4-2. But at the moment, Agbon Lahore is starting on the right-hand side of midfield. We're obviously expecting him to be up front alongside John Carew, but it's Sean Maloney who started in that position.
Touched on it earlier, but interesting to note that this is the same Villa starting lineup that got the better of Chelsea, and deservedly so, back in September when they won by 2-0 at Villa Park. Agbon Lahore, one of the scorers that night as well. Chelsea, just 4 of their starting lineup start here, and it's Agbon Lahore looking to make mischief early on and rattles one just wide of Petr Cech's goal.
Well, it's quite clear that Martin O'Neill's intentions are to try and get Agbon Lahore having a go at Ashley Cole, and he does that immediately. Takes possession, comes on the inside of Cole and hits it early into the near post area. But Petr Cech has it covered and allows the ball to go harmlessly into the side netting.
6 goals this season, including that one that sealed the win against Chelsea. Well, they've enjoyed themselves recently against the side in blue. Chelsea haven't beaten Villa in the last 4 games. Chelsea haven't even scored against the side from Birmingham in the last 2 matches. Meaningful challenge in there by Nigel Reo-Coker, and the captain Gareth Barry carries forward, sets it up on his left. Opportunity here, and Cech again is tested at his near post, although yet again it finds its way into the side netting.
Well, Ashley Young believes that Petr Cech got a touch to that. It was great play from Gareth Barry. Tries to beat Petr Cech at the near post, and quite clearly he gets a touch to it. Probably wouldn't have gone in, but he made sure by turning it away for a corner. And Phil Dowd, nor the linesman, saw that.
Villa starting brightly, looking to catch Chelsea a little bit cold perhaps. Here's Michael Essien. Cech If he was hoping for a nice quiet reintroduction to the Premier League fray, he hasn't got it. Now first chance for Chelsea to get forward with their Peruvian Pizarro. And we'll settle for the first corner of the game. So dangerous from set pieces so often. Avram Grant's side, and Lampard will take. Up comes Alex Kalou in there as well. So too Pizarro. They've dealt with it, and they have plenty of height back now. The giant figure of Zat Knight among them. Busy work from Maloney to unsettle Paulo Ferreira. And the corner kick is Aston Villa's reward.
Well, he didn't deal with that particularly well, Paulo Ferreira. Once he allowed that ball to bounce, then he put himself in difficulty.
Well, Aston Villa's opening goal against Chelsea earlier on this season came from a situation just like this. Zat Knight rising highest. First test for Chelsea, helped on by Larsson, and Petr Cech gets it away. You can see why they wanted him in there. Only conceded one goal, Petr Cech, in his last 7 Premier League games. Gareth Barry's corner. Cech thought about coming. Scooping to head was Ricardo Carvalho, and the Portuguese defender's done well for Chelsea. He's provided a platform for attack. With a touch there by Paulo Ferreira. Now John Carew. Larsson has stayed forward. Maloney in the penalty area. And Alex forced to surrender yet another corner to Villa.
Well, Villa win a corner, but they could so easily have been in trouble because Joe Cole broke on the counter-attack and Paulo Ferreira caught in possession. If he had released him, then Joe Cole would have had a free run on goal.
Ashley Young with the Whitton corner. Cech did very well. Maybe fresh in his mind, he was caught out recently for that only goal he's conceded in the last 7 games from a corner kick in the defeat against Arsenal. The only blemish on Chelsea's recent record. And they've only lost 3 times this season. Once away to Manchester United, once away to Arsenal, and once against this lot, of course. Cleverly weaved through there by Joe Cole, who has started, as we expected, out on the right of that midfield, Trevor.
Yes, it's a 4-4-2 most clearly that Chelsea are playing. Joe Cole obviously in good, confident mood, having got that all-important winner at Ewood Park, and what a good goal it was.
Both his last 2 goals for Avram Grant's side have turned out to be absolutely vital winners in 1-0 victories. It was the one here against West Ham United, of course, as well. Lively start to the game. And Chelsea were under any illusions that Aston Villa were going to come here with any air of caution about them. And I think we've seen in the opening minutes that Villa have come here meaning to find the path back to winning ways. It's been 4 without a win for them now. Perhaps lucky to get a draw away at Sunderland, a disallowed goal, perhaps unlucky not to get all 3 points last time out against Manchester City. They had much the better of the game. Here's Cole, Essien, Lampard. Carvalho. With the absence of John Terry, what timely return from the back problems that has blighted Ricardo Carvalho's season, to have him make up the numbers at the back. Now, was Ashley Cole blocked off there? He felt he was, as Akpom Lahore matched him stride for stride. Nothing given, though.
Well, it was 6-1 half dozen the other, wasn't it? And obviously the majority of the supporters here today are supporting Chelsea. They felt that Akpom Lahore committed the first foul on Ashley Cole. That's going to be an interesting confrontation, isn't it? Because I mentioned that Akpom Lahore is playing on the right. Part of his duty, of course, is to try and stop Cole from getting forward.
Here's Maloney into John Carew. Goodness me, he was back in the nick of time, wasn't he, Michael Essien? John Carew looking for his 2nd goal in as many games. Maloney. Olaf Melbourne. Another corner kick for Aston Villa, and they're chalking them up early on.
Certainly an enterprising start from Villa.
Barry, the left footer from the right-hand side. Carvalho rose highest. And Joko just delaying the passage onto the ball of Ashley Young, who gets the better of Pizarro, fizzed across by Young for Carew. Great worked opportunity, and Carew with a great chance to open the scoring.
Brilliant play from Ashley Young. Slips it through the legs here of Pizarro as he comes to close him down. And it's a great ball in the box. Carew really should have done better. It was right on his head. Didn't have to move. Good opportunity. And Carew really should have put Aston Villa in the lead.
Starting to make the chances, though, more regularly. Starting to make Chelsea uncomfortable at the back on a more regular basis. And Agbon Lahore taking on 3. And in the end, the weight of Chelsea numbers too much. Kalou had his shirt pulled by Gabriel Agbon Lahore, and a free kick for Chelsea.
Phil Dowd is, I think, going to be rather lenient with Gabi Agbon Lahore, because on another day, shirt pulling is normally an automatic yellow card.
A little bit of festive leniency from the man in the middle, Phil Dowd. Wilfred Bouma, the Dutch international, looks for the big Norwegian John Carew. Pizarro, Ferreira, Essien, Shevchenko. Robust challenge by Nigel Reo-Coker, midfield enforcer for Villa, but now Michael Essien, Shevchenko, and likewise opposite number 7, Ashley Young. That's a great ball in. Kalou, terrific save by Scott Carson. Kalou must have thought that he was about to tap it in, wouldn't have counted anyway, the flag up, but Chelsea's best worked opportunity so far nonetheless.
It was a good early ball in from Ferreira from the right-hand side. Kalou, I think, goes a little bit too early. Well, it was very tight, wasn't it? I'm not so sure that he was offside. I think he was in line with Melberg, but it was brave goalkeeping by Carson. He knew he had to be brave, going down at the feet of Kalou.
Carew. Ashley Young, good support from Gareth Barry. Corner kick, Villa again.
Well, Aston Villa have made their intentions very clear this afternoon. They've come here on a mission. They're looking to try and win this game. They've been very dominant in this early part and probably deserve to be in the lead.
Ashley Young, Alex uses his bulk to get in the way. Joe Cole having to defend from the front again. Carvalho. So many Chelsea players being kept so busy early on here, and the relief of a free kick, and it is a relief.
Phil Dowd obviously saw something that I didn't quite see. Martin Larsson was very upset about the decision, as were 1 or 2 other Villa players. They thought it wasn't a problem.
Everything but the goal in the first 12 minutes or so for Aston Villa. So many sides during Chelsea's long unbeaten home run in the Premier League have come here and shut up shop. Jose Mourinho famously talked about sides coming in and parking the bus in front of goal. And that's certainly not Aston Villa's approach here today. They mean to bring this run of Chelsea's to an end.
I think you play to your strengths in football, and that's what Martin O'Neill feels with the team that he's got here. They're very good going forward. Got some young, exciting strikers in Young and Agbon Lahore. The vastly experienced Carew, who's always a handful to play against with his huge frame. Makes it so difficult for centre-halves. It's
an exciting blend he's got together here, isn't it? few eyebrows raised when best part of £9 million spent on Ashley Young, but really he has stepped up to the table this season, combined with the continental experience of Carew, who's played many years in the Champions League. There's a vibrancy about Aston Villa, particularly the way they've started here. Ashley Cole missed out. Simon Carew did not, but Agbonlahor has stolen back for the visitors, looking for Carew, and this could be a goal. It is! Sean Maloney opens the scoring for Aston Villa. They lead at Stamford Bridge.
And richly deserved. They've been the much better side in these early 13 minutes of this game, and this was an excellent work goal. Well finished from Maloney. Carew did his bit, and so did Agbonlahor. Finds Carew, who's onside, heads it back across to his striking partner Maloney, one-on-one against Petr Cech, and he finishes with style. Good header from Carew, takes it on the volley, does Maloney, to beat Petr Cech.
Chelsea are breached. Chelsea are up against it. Villa lead. Lampard. Pizarro. Back to Lampard.
Well, it's the first time we've seen anything of Frank Lampard in this game. Plays a very good 1-2 with Pizarro. Unfortunately, the finish didn't match the build-up.
Well, there was a lot of speculation, Trevor, before the game over whether Sean Maloney would start the match if Stilian Petrov hadn't picked up the bug. He may well have been looking on from the sidelines, but it was Sean Maloney scoring away for Aston Villa, just as he did at Sunderland. Spectacular free kick at the Stadium of Light. Close range effort here, both just as important. Pizarro. Lampard. Joe Cole.
To the Aston Villa supporters, particularly those in the lower tier,
Carvalho's missed it. No harm done that time.
It's an afternoon like this, Bill, when you actually miss John Terry with his heading ability against the likes of John Carew. Early on, there are signs that Carvalho and Alex, they don't relish the physical confrontation they're going to have this afternoon with big John Carew.
Carew, whose performance against Manchester City last time out was hailed as immense by his manager. On his day, he is nothing short of that. He does tend to save the best for when he takes on the best. Vital supporting role in that Sean Maloney opener, and let's not forget an excellent chance from that Ashley Young cross a few moments before to have put Chelsea behind. Aston, Paulo Ferreira, Lampard, Carew, Pizarro. Good hold-up play from John Carew, Barry and Baumer. And Agbonlahor. Carew comes across to help out Ashley Cole. Mellberg now. Maloney. Showed too much of that to Ashley Cole. Aston. Shevchenko. Joe Cole fizzed in towards him. Andrei Shevchenko, held up by his former AC Milan teammate Martin Larsson. Now Agbonlahor, got support from Maloney. Chelsea free kick, advantage played by Phil Dow. Can they make it count? Pizarro. Lampard. Cole. Paulo Ferreira. Just starting to string a few passes together, Chelsea. Lampard. Kalou. Shevchenko called for the early ball, more measured from Salomon Kalou, who finds Frank Lampard looking for his 100th goal. Won't come this time. 99 not out so far for Frank Lampard for Chelsea. Terrific pass forward from Agbonlahor. Michael Essien is going to find himself in the referee's book.
We saw a good example there of the pace of Agbonlahor when he's got possession of that ball. Initially goes away from Cole. It's left to Essien to track him down. He was gone away from Essien, and Essien fouls him and goes into the book as a result of this challenge.
A suspension to follow for Michael Essien. It will be slightly academic. He'll miss the FA Cup tie here against Queen's Park Rangers. He'll probably have jetted off for African Cup of Nations duty by then anyway. Carew, the target, no surprise there. Agbonlahor, goodness me, looks in the mood, and he fires that across the face of Czech's goal.
Another chance for Villa. Once again, the combination of Carew and Agbonlahor very much in evidence. Carvalho can't deal with it. Agbonlahor gets in behind Kalou. Difficult angle, but probably should have hit the target.
Kalou. He saw a hint of a gap there and was upended by Nigel Reo-Coker, who saw the danger, but danger is clear and present from this situation.
Clearly takes the leg, does Reo-Coker, of Kalou, in what will be a very dangerous position for Aston Villa to defend this free kick. Alex is a wonderful striker of the ball, as is Shevchenko. And let's not forget Frank Lampard, who's hovering.
And the way they're set up, it looks like Lampard might be third in the queue, or he might be teed up by one of the other Chelsea trident waiting to strike this. Messages coming from the Chelsea bench towards Andrei Shevchenko. He's trying to get it across. Chelsea feel the wall is not a full distance back. Shevchenko. Well, the wall did its job. Shevchenko dispossessed by Agbonlahor. Carew sets off. Carvalho comes across, he's missed it. Carew trying to get his way through. The athleticism of Essien just got his body between man and ball. Just sense though, Trevor, Chelsea do not know how to contain this Aston Villa threat.
They've got problems at both ends of the field because they can't deal with Carew. They're not enjoying the pace of Agbonlahor nor Ashley Young in wide areas, and up front, without Drogba, they really do lack pace. Pizarro and Shevchenko are decent hold-up players, but they can't run in behind Aston Villa.
Aston Villa's free kick, more concerningly for Chelsea. Trevor just mentioned the two men they are without. They could do well without losing him. He's off getting treatment, Frank Lampard. Alex just about able to shackle Carew. Ashley Young. Bauma. Cole. Pizarro. He's given it away. Ashley Young. Pizarro. Joe Cole. Claudio Pizarro. Space in the heart of the field for Frank Lampard. Essien turned straight into trouble in the form of Ashley Young, who come across to make up the numbers, and Rio Coca can carry forward. Alex has committed himself. Agbonlahor to his right. Gabby Agbonlahor.
Well, the problems are piling up for Chelsea because Frank Lampard is clearly in trouble. He's just signalled to the dugout that he would like to come off. He has a thigh problem as Aston Villa break here. The ball once again to Agbonlahor, fisted it across the box, just a little bit too firm, and it eludes Maloney at the back post.
Shevchenko. Perfect playing conditions, but the misfortune is raining down on Chelsea at the moment, largely inflicted by Aston Villa. Kalu. And they face their test under Avram Grant, the 2 defeats away at Old Trafford in his very first game, and the last away defeat the weekend before last at Arsenal against the top 2. But this is an altogether different examination on their home patch. The game has been taken to them by Aston Villa in the first half of this first half, and they have not stood up to the task too well so far.
It'll be interesting to see who comes on in place of Frank Lampard. Such an important player for Chelsea. They've got various options on the bench. Mikel, a midfield player. Sean Wright-Phillips can play wide, of course, releasing Joe Cole to come into the centre. But my guess is that it could be Michael Ballack.
So much spoken about Michael Ballack, as we have another look at this clash of heads which has led to Andrei Shevchenko getting treatment. Well, now in the hour of need, can Michael Ballack come back off the treatment table, his first Premier League appearance of the season, and help get Chelsea back into this match? No doubt about it, Frank Lampard's not going to play any significant further part here. The big concern over him is to how much more they'll be seeing him over this busy Christmas period. Well, it is Michael Ballack. Little taste of action he got here in the Carling Cup win against Liverpool. The game largely taken care of by the time he was introduced there. And it's at the other extreme here at the moment, isn't it? Essien. Ballack. Well, gets an immediate welcoming committee from Nigel Rio Coca, who might be lucky to escape the referee's notebook here. Well, a warning and nothing more for Aston Villa's combative midfielder. A free kick for Chelsea. Joe Cole will deliver. Ballack among those in there. Disappointment for Chelsea in terms of the delivery. Ashley Cole, Michael Essien. Ballack. Carvalho. Pizarro, good time run from the Peruvian.
Excellent ball. This is from Carvalho, playing on the right wing for a moment. Puts in Pizarro, who puts it across the box, but once again, confident handling from Scott Carson.
Ballack again locking horns with an Aston Villa midfielder. This time it's Gareth Barry. The Villa man has come off second best. Straight away, right in the thick of it, the German international captain.
Well, it's clear use of the elbow there from Ballack. I think he knew exactly what he was doing there. Gareth Barry coming to close him down, using his elbow to try and hold the England international off. And he's caught one straight in the face. There it goes, right into the face of Gareth Barry.
Had the referee seen it from that angle, then the action might have been a little bit different. You just sense with the way it's been going for Aston Villa and Gareth Barry recently, that'll only go to add a little steely determination to the cause of getting something here at Stamford Bridge. Carvalho. Cole. Joe Cole looking for Ashley and picking him out. Ashley Cole goes down in the penalty area. No penalty given. Villa complete their clearance through Melberg. Ashley Cole found himself very well advanced, got on the end of the pass by Joe Cole. Not scored yet for Chelsea, but hoping to help them on a way to an equalising goal by earning the penalty. Phil Dowd unimpressed.
Well, I immediately looked at Phil Dowd's position, and he wasn't far from the action. He had an excellent position to look in on the incident.
Lawson. Ashley Young. Let's have another check on Phil Dowd's decision, Trevor, and see whether he got it right.
Well, the right hand of Agbonlahor goes into the back of Ashley Cole. He obviously feels it, but I think he goes over a little bit too easily.
Shevchenko. Looking for Ballack. Suspicions he might just have held onto it for a little long. Slides into the challenge with Ashley Young. I'll tell you what, there are a few challenges starting to go in there. Ballack. Shevchenko.
You just feel that Phil Dowd has now got to get a firm grip of this game. Half an hour played, Aston Villa 1-0 up. One or two tasty challenges. It could boil over any moment.
Joe Cole does well to dig it out, looking for Kalu, but Carson again is very sure of decision. Well, it's beautifully set up, isn't it, here? There's everything that we hoped it might this match, a determined Villa performance and a real task on Chelsea's hands to get what they want out of this game, what they need out of this game to keep a title challenge alive. Arsenal prevail at Portsmouth later in the Premier League. They'll be 9 points off the pace.
I'm a little surprised, Bill, how deep Pizarro is playing in this game. We talked about a 4-4-2 formation, but he's playing as the link man. Shevchenko is the lone central striker.
We talked about the flashpoints out on the field that Avram Grant surveys, but tell you what, the Michael Ballack introduction has certainly livened things up in that early clash with Rio Coco, which he felt he should have got more for Michael Ballack, and then of course that rather naughty challenge we saw on Gareth Barry. Just feel that might not be the end of that particular saga. February 2004, the last time that Chelsea were beaten in the Premier League on home soil. Still plenty of time to get the situation back in their favour. And it's going to be hard work. Aston. Joe Cole. Aston Rose Heights. On its way by Barry. The goal scorer Maloney. Melberg. Balak. Maloney's quick feet got him away from Kalou. Here is John Carew.
Well, the home fans are not happy with the linesman. It did look to me that as that ball was played, John Carew was a clear yard or two offside.
Carew uses his strength to get it away from Aston, touched by Ashley Cole. Bonlahor, Petr did well. Right at him, but couldn't have seen much of it.
Once again, it's not great defending. Aston allows Carew to turn him too easily. The clearance doesn't get distance. Forced Bonlahor. On this occasion, his strike is on target, and Czech has to make the save.
Pizarro. Balak. Aston. Pizarro. Pizarro looking for Kalou. Only finding Gareth Barry making up the defensive numbers for Aston Villa. Aston Villa with the smallest squad in the Premier League, but so many of their players have featured in every game. No side in this division has had more regulars than Aston Villa have. They all know their jobs. They're all doing them pretty well so far to keep Chelsea at bay. It'd be a big staging post if they could get to half-time with their lead intact. Joe Cole and Chelsea have other plans. Just under 10 minutes left on the first half. Sean Maloney's goal gives Villa a West London lead. Aston. Carvalho. Shevchenko. Now Rio Coca. And a slide in Carew. Carvalho. Aston. Pizarro. Villa pressing means that Chelsea go nowhere except for backwards.
What they're doing, Aston Villa, is they're making Chelsea pass the ball, but it's all in front of their back four. They can't get in behind them. And of course, they're without the services now of Frank Lampard, who has got that ability to make runs in behind the back four.
Well, it's been an astonishing run by Chelsea in the Premier League over these last 4 years since Arsenal came here and won, but how many times have they been helped out by a late goal from Drogba or a sensational strike from Lampard? Neither of those two available to them here. They're going to need to do it another way. Take nothing away from the players who are out there and match winners all over the pitch. It's just going to be that they are going to need from a different avenue. Balak. Stolen by Bonlahor. Streaks forward again. It's a terrific run again by Gabby Bonlahor. Alex comes across to cut him off. Kalu. Well, Kalu doing an excellent burst forward himself. Now Pizarro, it's kept alive by Ballack. Here's Joe Cole. Shevchenko and Kalu wait in the middle. Joe Cole can't get it through to them. Goal kick, Aston Villa.
Excellent defending from Wilfried Balmer. He didn't go to ground. He stayed on his feet. He was strong, determined, shepherding that ball out for a goal kick when Joe Cole was looking to get to the byline to deliver a ball into the box. This is the chance for Agbon Lahore. Hits the target. Petr Cech makes the save. But they've certainly been good value, haven't they, for this lead?
We talked into the build-up to the game, Martin O'Neill, about the fact that his side against the Big Four needed to sustain a performance over a full 90 minutes. Joe Cole!
Well, that's about the first time they've got in behind the Aston Villa back four. It was a superb ball from Ballack. Plays it first time. Joe Cole in behind Balmer. Knows he has to do it early as the centre-half comes across to make the challenge, but it's straight at Scott Carson.
Well, that's what they need from Michael Ballack, the German national side. Build the team around him, just as Bayern Munich did for many years. He has to be the focus of pulling the strings for Chelsea here, just as he did there for Joe Cole. Young. Balmer. Aston for Joe Cole. Pizarro, Ballack. Touch into the path of Cole again. Taken care of by Larson, but at the expense of a Chelsea corner. Joe Cole. Alex Rosewell puts his head away.
Gets good elevation here, Alex. Gets up above Zat Knight, but couldn't direct his header towards goal.
Looking for his first goal here on home soil, Alex. Both his previous ones, Rosenborg and against Middlesbrough, came at the grounds of the opponents. Just one defeat on the road in the last 9 months, Aston Villa. And judging by this first half performance, you can see why. Manchester City the only side to steal the spoils away from them. On by Pizarro. Cole will leave it to Ballack. And that's the man who has made the difference.
This is the all-important goal. Agbon Lahore delivers it to Carew, who shows great vision to head it back across to his striking partner Maloney. And he slots it past Petr Cech with ease.
Offside flag this time. Coming to Chelsea's rescue. Ballack. Kalu. Aston. Alex comes to join the attack. Still making his way towards the edge of the Villa penalty area here, Alex. Paulo Ferreira, Pizarro. And let's look for the return. Ballack, as Chelsea look to keep the pressure on. Four blue shirts wait in the middle. Paulo Ferreira unable to pick them out. Carew. He's got a Bonlahor making inroads down the centre. Maloney for support. Chelsea have their defensive rank smashed and they're able to bring it away again. Ferreira. Maloney. And a shimmy to throw Pizarro off the scent. Sean Maloney's already got one, and he's got another! Another mistake from Petr Cech, and another goal for Sean Maloney.
It all starts, you know, from the wide area. It's a brilliant dummy that Maloney produces. That gives him the space. He can't believe it, Maloney. He must have been pleased getting his shot on target, but he would never have expected Petr Cech to make that kind of mistake. That's the dummy, deceives Pizarro, comes on the inside of Alex. Alex needs to get tighter, closer to the player. The shot comes in, and that's an absolute howler, isn't it, from Petr Cech? It's too easy the way he comes inside Alex, hits the target. And that doesn't need me to tell Petr Cech is awful.
So uncharacteristic. You think about the one at Arsenal where he misjudged a corner, but that one perhaps even worse. Patched up and rushed back into the side, Petr Cech. Oh, Chelsea paying the price for that.
Well, when you see Petr Cech make a mistake like that, you just wonder, is he actually 100% fit? Is he trying to cover something up? Is he hiding something, trying to make that save? Because that wasn't what we've come to expect from one of the top keepers in European football.
Two 0 the scoreline earlier on this season. Chelsea beaten that day. Pizarro looking to run in behind, but Scott Carson, who's been faultless in what he's been asked to do so far in this first half as we go into the 2 added minutes. Well, who could have foreseen this outside the Villa camp? Chelsea trailing by 2 goals to 0 at home on Boxing Day. Their unbeaten home record hanging by a thread. Aston. Carew, who gave the ball away for the first goal in the build-up to allow the cross to come in from Bonlahor. Aston. Joe Cole. Here's Paulo Ferreira. One back for Chelsea here would alter the picture dramatically. Carew. Ashley Cole. Salomon Carew. Puts it into the mix that night there. Here's Michael Essien. A turn from Ballack, goes down under pressure, and Chelsea have the penalty.
Well, undoubtedly Chelsea get fortunate here. Essien really should have hit it first time. Elects to come onto his left foot. Doesn't get a good strike on it, but the ball somehow gets through to Michael Ballack, who gets goal side. I think he invites the challenge. It comes in, I believe, from Zat Knight. There's Michael Ballack, there's the challenge from Zach Knight. Ballack goes over, inviting Phil Dowd to give the penalty, which he has done.
Well, the Chelsea crowd paying for a red card for Zach Knight, denying a goal-scoring opportunity. For all the world, it looks like Villa will be reduced to 10 men as this match hitches on a dramatic turnaround in first half stoppage time. Zach Knight, the hero against Chelsea back in September, is sent off back in West London. Villa down to 10 men, and with every chance that their lead will be halved.
Well, Michael Ballack's clever, isn't he? There was minimal amount of contact, but he threw himself to the ground, making sure that A, he was going to win the penalty, and B, he did his absolute utmost to make sure Phil Dowd was in a position where he could give a red card. It's a double whammy against Aston Villa at a crucial moment, right on the stroke of half-time. Another 30 seconds, they'd be celebrating a 2-0 half-time lead. Still could be that, of course, if Chelsea missed the penalty. Frank Lampard's not here to take it. Who's going to have the responsibility?
Well, Michael Ballack, so faultless from the spot for club and country, has taken a step back, and Andrei Shevchenko will take responsibility. The man who has scored penalties to win European Cups and missed penalties to lose European Cups. Scores for Chelsea, and they are right back in business. Just when they look down and out, their record signing gets them back into the match.
It's a well-taken penalty from Shevchenko, sending Scott Carson the wrong way, and what a lifeline that is for Chelsea. They've been second best throughout this first half.
Phil Dowd, the referee who awarded 2 penalties in the last Premier League match he took charge of and sent off one player, has awarded 1 and sent off 1, as this match has been turned on its head in first half stoppage time. Villa, good value, you have to say, for their 2 goals, both from Sean Maloney. They looked into control when Petr Cech spilled Maloney's second effort after he slid it home from close range for his first. But back came Chelsea, awarded a penalty for Ballack's foul. Zach Knight, the man who did it, and up stepped Andrei Shevchenko. It's Chelsea 1, 10-man Aston Villa 2. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge, which is still reverberating with the late drama we've seen here at the first half. Michael Ballack upended for the penalty converted by Andrei Shevchenko. Red card for Zach Knight. And Villa reorganise at half-time. 1 substitution for them. Curtis Davis comes on for only his second substitute appearance in the last 8 Premier League games. Sean Maloney, who has scored both of Aston Villa's goals, is the man who is sacrificed. Aston Villa, who had such good times in the first 45 minutes. Few in Stamford Bridge could have argued as we approached half-time that they were good value for a 2-0 lead. But the match with a vastly different complexion on it now. And although they still trail Chelsea by that 1-goal margin, very much favourites now to at least continue their unbeaten home record. Kalou. Pizarro. Here's Aston. No changes for Chelsea, just the 1 enforced on them with that first half injury to Frank Lampard. And Michael Ballack, his replacement, and witness me, Trevor, has Ballack had an eventful afternoon so far?
Well, he was only on the field for 2 minutes when he was involved in a controversial incident with Gareth Barry. Was it intentional, the elbow in Gareth's face? And then, of course, an even more contentious issue. Was it a penalty or wasn't it a penalty?
Here's Aston. Ballack goes to ground in the penalty area again. Shevchenko. Carvalho. Aston. Paulo Ferreira.
The only disappointing aspect now is it's deprived us of seeing what was a very good contest between two teams who were hell-bent on going forward trying to score goals. The strategy of Martin O'Neill's team was great to see. Obviously that changes now with them being a man less. It's going to be a rearguard action, trying to keep what they've got. And are Chelsea good enough to get back into this game?
John Carew plays the lone striking role, a giant target they've got up front. Aston Villa, but it's Chelsea on the front foot again, looking to pick up Pizarro. Balak's touch, Andrei Shevchenko! Just couldn't dig it out from under his feet.
You're absolutely right. Couldn't get the ball out of his feet. As a result of that, he's got to dig it out. Can't get sufficient power on it. And Carson on his 6-yard box, narrowing the angle, makes a comfortable save.
The Villa's success in the first half was largely bred on the fact that they took the game to Chelsea. How are they going to fare with sitting back and soaking up Chelsea pressure? Aston. It's perfect for Joe Cole. Straight into Gareth Barry. Optimistic shouts for handball from some of the Chelsea supporters down below us. Cole has won it back for Chelsea. Pizarro showed too much to last. He's going to have a go!
We'll have to see him, Petr Cech, make an absolute meal of the second goal for Aston Villa. It does appear that they all fancy their chances now, even Martin Larsson from 30 yards.
Well, he has scored a couple of goals, not quite that spectacular in London this season. Got a couple in that extraordinary topsy-turvy game, the 4-4 draw at White Hart Lane. He was again on the ball. Martin Larsson, thankfully now seemingly free of those endless knee problems which blighted his Aston Villa career. In their 3 years now, still short of 50 games for the club. A new man alongside him now, that's him, Curtis Davis. Ferreira. As you expect with the one-man advantage, Chelsea enjoying the most comfortable possession period of the match. Kalou, here is Shevchenko! An absolute beauty from Andrei Shevchenko! And Chelsea are level, he looks bewildered, it rattled past him.
Sean Maloney 2, Andrei Shevchenko 2, and that means Chelsea are back on level terms. A quite brilliant strike from Andrei Shevchenko. Kalou sets him up, has one touch. Baumer really should have gone earlier to close him down. He stands off him, allowing Shevchenko to get the shot away, and it literally flies past Carson.
Well, if there was a touch of fortune about Chelsea's first, a debatable penalty perhaps, absolutely no question marks about that. The Andrei Shevchenko of old. The last minute of the first half and the 5th minute of the second half. A pair from Andrei Shevchenko. It's 4 in his last 6 games now for the Ukrainian. In the absence of Drogba, when they were looking for big men to stand up and make big contributions, Shevchenko has done just that here. Kalou.
And this is the goal again, Shevchenko. Baumer comes out, should have gone all the way to close him down. But the shot is absolutely brilliant from Adric and Shevchenko. Outside the box, 3 or 4 yards outside the box. Carson nowhere near it.
It seems a long time, doesn't it, that everyone has been talking about Chelsea and Ballack and Shevchenko and what they have delivered for the side on the pitch. Shevchenko with the goals, Ballack with the assist, if you like, for the first one, and winning Chelsea's penalty. And arguably that is what he did. He won the penalty from that situation. Martin O'Neill, having seen his side dominate for so long in the first half, now he is staring down the barrel.
Sometimes, you know, there's no justice in football. It can be a cruel game, and that's what it's been for Aston Villa. They should be well in the lead by now, but they find themselves 2-2 with 40 minutes to go, and Chelsea, from looking as if they were down and out, now look favourites to go on and win this game.
We touched on it in the first half, but Martin O'Neill speaking about how against the big four, the top sides in the land, his side need to be right at it for 90 minutes to stand a chance of getting anything out of the game. He cited the example of their win earlier on this season as doing exactly that. And it was a moment of madness, moment of misfortune, call it what you will, at the end of the first half, which saw the pendulum swing back in Chelsea's favour. Ferreira, Aston, Shevchenko, Carvalho. It's a very different Chelsea out there now. Aston, Pizarro, Ballack. They all want to get in on the act now.
He's been out for a long time, Ballack, but he doesn't look ring rusty since he's come on. He's made a major contribution. And of course, with Aston Villa down to 10 men, it suits his game now. He can go on, join in with the front. He's a very attacking midfield player. And as we saw, as he won the penalty, he's going to get more and more into the opposing penalty box.
Aston. Terrific work by Aston, draws the foul from Nigel Reo-Coker.
Well, the yellow card is not for that challenge by Reo-Coker on Aston. Phil Dowd remembers the 3 or 4 that were committed during the first half, and as a result of that, he decides enough's enough, and Reo-Coker goes in his book.
Sent off against Manchester United, missed against Arsenal, suspended Nigel Reo-Coker, yet another for his card count. Aston, the only Chelsea player booked so far. Pizarro, Carew. The odds vastly stacked against John Carew, but he's done well to win the throw even. And a long time out for Michael Ballack, and he means to make up for lost time here this afternoon. April, the last time he started a match for Chelsea. A draw at Newcastle United. Here's Gareth Barry. Baumer. Up towards Carew. Carvalho got enough on it, he also got a little nudge in the back. Shevchenko. Kalou. Ballack shapes to shoot. Carson will not make the same mistake as his Chelsea counterpart.
Well, this is a good fully 30 yards out, and Scott Carson gets all of his body behind this. Ballack tees himself up, hits it on target, doesn't get the power he would have wanted.
Carew, Gainley battling all alone up there. He's going to be doing a lot of that in the remaining 35 minutes or so of this match. Cole. Shevchenko. Kalou. Shevchenko had made the run. What a the early ball played, and perhaps Kalou's decision making a little awry there. Very well won by Carew. It's released Gareth Barry from Villa's midfield. Support from Ashley Young. Tried to find a gap. Looked for the penalty. Phil Dowd is not going to give another, not this time anyway. Cole. Shevchenko, lovely back heel for Pizarro. Read by Larson. Lahore. What a brave burst by him. Nothing for Carew as he given him too much to do. Ashley Cole is going to go to ground under the challenge, and he's won the free kick for Chelsea.
Well, that was a pity, because it was a great run from Agbon Lahore, but he picked the wrong option. If only he'd realised that instead of to his right was Carew, on his left, surprisingly totally unmarked, I'm not sure what he was doing there, was Larson.
Stolen by Barry from the feet of Shevchenko. Villa just showing they've not come here to lie down and make a gift of it to Chelsea. Ashley Young, great work from him, and not too far away from squeezing it in at an impossible angle.
It's a great reaction from Aston Villa, down to 10 men. Ashley Young goes past Ferreira. Alex comes over with a rash challenge. He must have got a touch, because the referee has given a corner.
Situations like this where that one-man advantage doesn't count too much in Chelsea's favour. He sends up some big men from the back. Petr Cech has come, and it's a comfortable, more customary for the goalkeeping from Chelsea's number one. Alex Cole. Advantage play. There was a foul on Nigel Reo-Coker. Olaf Melberg. Barry. Slip from Reo-Coker at the crucial moment. Aston is away here for Chelsea. Shevchenko sets up on his run as well. Michael Essien still going. Salomon Kalou back to Essien.
That's the problem Aston Villa have. When they lose possession, those midfield areas, they're quickly going to get hit on the counter-attack. They must make sure they get enough players behind the ball. They survived there because Chelsea didn't pick the right pass. Joe Cole is unmarked on the right-hand side.
Carvalho, Ferreira, now Cole, back with Paulo Ferreira and Andrei Shevchenko in the hunt for a hat-trick. He played the supporting role this time, and it was agonisingly going across the face of Villa's goal there.
I can't believe that Pizarro didn't take up another position. Shevchenko put the ball in early, and just look at Pizarro's position here, on the edge of the box, and he doesn't move. In fact, he's coming out the box. There he is on the edge of the box. It's a useful ball from Shevchenko. Pizarro's got to get on the front foot. If his co-striker's in a wide area, he's got to be the one taking responsibility, getting in the box.
Ashley Young. In a sense, he knows Ashley Young. He has the beating of Paulo Ferreira one-on-one. Settled for a throw on this occasion. Carew. Carvalho's been allowed to carry a long way. And he's made a Christmas gift of it to Ashley Young, who's looking for Carew. No queries about the referee's decision that time.
Ashley Cole did well for Carew, because I think if he had gone and stayed on the ground and maybe rode over a couple of times, I think Phil Dowd may have given a yellow card. Paulo Ferreira to Aston.
Carvalho. Shevchenko. With just one man to mark in John Carew. Seeing a little more adventure from some of the Chelsea centre-halves, but they need to get back here because it's picked up by Bonlahor. Carew. Now Kalu. Aston Villa's free kick. A different sort of a match in the second half, and you'd expect that with Sat Knight's red card right at the end of the first. It's still a fascinating battle. Chelsea have got one of the two goals they needed in this period to claim all 3 points and temporarily close the gap at the top. Nothing but a win will do here for Chelsea. In terms of championship hopes, not too many margins for error. Bonlahor. Young. Now Wilfried Baumer. Carew calling for the ball. Here comes Aston, who just wanted to get it out of there. He's done that, but at the expense of a corner. Young's corner. Acrobatically away by Pizarro. Cole. Couldn't get the better of Baumer. No foul. Ashley Young. Chance to take on Michael Ballack. Aston. Paulo Ferreira. Claudio Pizarro. Here's Ballack. Ashley Cole. Aston. Alex. Shevchenko. Delightful turn from Shevchenko to tee up Alex. It's a lovely move. It is a great goal for Chelsea, who have turned it around. From 2-0 down, they lead 3-2. Shevchenko with the assist that time. And a bullet of a finish for Alex. It's his first Stamford Bridge goal, and it is 3-2 for Chelsea.
So much to admire about this goal from Chelsea. The approach work was excellent. The finish was quite clinical from Alex. Shevchenko plays his part again. Deceives Gareth Barry, who gets too tight. Plays it to Alex. Curtis Davies, a rash challenge. Gets nothing on it, and it makes it so much easier for Alex. Here's Alex on the ball, there's Curtis Davies. If you go to ground there, you've got to get something on it. Alex goes past him, Bouma comes across, Alex gets the shot away nice and early, right in the corner. Carson once again beaten, given no chance.
Balletic feet from the big Brazilian to dance beyond the challenge of Curtis Davis. But worth Trevor dwelling a little more on the contribution of Andrei Shevchenko, so often so maligned for his contribution over the games, over his time at the club to the Chelsea cause. But today, a perfect penalty, a delightful second, and an assist for the third. We're finally starting to see a little bit of what he's capable of producing. Carvalho, Shevchenko looking for Kalou. Well, he will be feeling a lot more cheery now. Even more pleasing for Avram Grant. Well, reassuring really than anything else is that this comeback has been achieved with no Terry, with a mistake by this man Petr Cech, having put them 2-0 down. No Didier Drogba and no Frank Lampard, who was off injured.
The one thing this team has, Bill, is plenty of character. You're absolutely right. Some would disagree, but the best three players, Drogba, Lampard and Terry, are all off the field at this moment. But there's still plenty of good players out there. And this really is a Boxing Day cracker, isn't it?
Absolutely. For those who are arguing that Boxing Day football should be put on the back burner, I think this will be enough to convince them otherwise. It's been fantastic entertainment at Stamford Bridge. Painful for Aston Villa, of course. Delightful for Chelsea. And a peppering of controversy too. Cole. Andrei Shevchenko. Well, the quarter of a match left to play, you have to feel. It's now a case of how many for Chelsea. Well, they've been linking together some attacking moves. Surely this is not the end of their Boxing Day bonanza. Aston. With the challenge of Rio Coca. A little bit of luck as it finds its way through to Pizarro. Carson keeps it out.
Pizarro takes it nice and early. I'm not sure that Scott Carson needed to make that save. He was definitely going wide. Didn't want to take a chance and pushes it with two hands away for a corner.
Cole's corner, met by Gareth Barry. Aston. Curtis Davis leading the charge. Well, it's enjoyment for Chelsea and enjoyment by contrast. Wind the clock back 25 minutes, you could not have foreseen this scoreline. As it is, Andrei Shevchenko looks to improve on it.
There's a very disappointed Solomon Kalou on the left-hand side because he was screaming for this ball from Shevchenko, but he only had one thing on his mind, and that was hitting the target, looking for his hat-trick.
might just see a little bit of selfish play, shall we say, from Andrei Shevchenko in front of goal in the remaining time. How we'd dearly love to get hold of a Boxing Day match ball to add to his collection, which has seen so much, mostly for AC Milan over the years. But so many hard times more than anything else here at Chelsea. As it is, it's defending now to do for the home side. Ashley Young to deliver this one. Excellent free kick, Larson! Well, would you believe it? 10-man Aston Villa are level again with Chelsea. What a game this is!
It's all about the quality of ball from Ashley Young. But the finish from Larson was also quite superb. Plenty of pace from Ashley Young. Larson goes after the ball. He's unmarked, still has a lot to do. On the volley, side foots it, past Petr Cech. What a response from Aston Villa. They're not out of this game.
Well, we were talking about Andrei Shevchenko, but it's his former AC Milan teammate who has quietened Stamford Bridge. Martin Larsson, his third goal of the season. Shevchenko, Pizarro. Carew offside.
Good defending from Alex as the ball was about to be struck, I should say, into a forward area. Alex just stepped out, catching Carew offside.
A game chock full of surprises. Couldn't see Chelsea coming back from 2 down. They did. They took the lead. Couldn't see 10-man Villa coming back. They have. Where to look next? Chelsea look to Cole. Shevchenko. Essien. Carew. Essien. Ashley Cole.
Well, they certainly didn't look like getting back on level terms in open play, Aston Villa, but from set pieces it becomes an equal contest. And they've certainly surprised the home crowd. They thought the game was won, but never write off any team managed by Martin O'Neill.
With 3-2 down, shoulders could have dropped as well, but not from Aston Villa. Well, marginally over a quarter of an hour of normal time to go. The onus is back on Chelsea to break down their guests. Although they have come from 2 down, to fail to get anything other than 3 points from this now would represent a massive disappointment for Avram Grant and his side. Shevchenko, Ballack, Shevchenko. The flip from Ballack, and the clearance from Melba. Shevchenko.
They've kind of reversed roles now, haven't they? Pizarro and Shevchenko. Shevchenko playing the link man, and Pizarro's pushed on up front now.
Martin O'Neill cajoling, applauding from the sidelines as the pressure on Petr Cech forced him to head it out for an Aston Villa throw. Wonderful sideshow in itself, watching Martin O'Neill's actions on the touchline there. Kalou. Out comes Carson. Missed by Alex. Also by Paulo Ferreira. Ballack. Here's Carvalho. Martin O'Neill looking across from this touchline and looking at John Carew. You can see he's not got a lot left in the tank. So some fresh legs to replace him. Luke Moore, who has a little habit of scoring against Chelsea. Warm embrace for the big man from his manager. And you can see what Luke Moore's brief is, chasing down absolutely everything, but Alex carries forward, towed away by Larson. Agbonlahor. Now Pizarro. Claudio Pizarro. Joe Cole. Salomon Kalou. Alex. Just couldn't find a way through, and a slip by Shevchenko, an escape for Aston Villa. Michael Essien. Ashley Cole. In comes the cross, taken off the toes of Ballack by Pizarro. Essien, back in, Shevchenko took a swipe at it, caught more of the defender. And now here comes the Aston Villa counter. Agbonlahor, vital challenge by Ricardo Carvalho, but it took too much of the man.
It was 2 feet. This is an interesting one for Phil Dowd. We've seen a few players being sent off of late for two-footed challenges, and Carvalho could easily be seen an early bath. It could be red.
It is red. Scoreline level, players level. A red card for Ricardo Carvalho, and this is why.
Well, if you challenge like that, you have to accept the consequences. He was the last man, Agbonlahor, with his pace. He's always favoured to go past him.
Well, this is concerning. Nasty challenge, as we've seen from Ricardo Carvalho. Let's hope that there are not nasty consequences for this wonderful young player for Aston Villa. A match that has had just about everything. They switched off here. Luke Moore is in behind. Ashley Young in the middle. Can Villa steal it? And it all looked so nonchalant for Chelsea, didn't it, as they were a little selfish. Andriy Shevchenko looking for his hat-trick as they look to seal the victory. Now are they holding on for a point?
Well, at the moment, Essien's gone into the back four to play alongside Alex. A little surprised at that. He's been the driving force from the middle of the park. They've got Ben Ahim on the bench, of course.
And look at the consequences a little beyond today for Chelsea as well. No John Terry, we know he's out for several weeks yet with his broken foot. And now they'll be without Ricardo Carvalho for 3 matches for that challenge. As it stands, they're about to drop points and they're about to lose players here, Chelsea. An injury to Frank Lampard as well. You look at it in the context of a title challenge, it is a costly afternoon.
Well, that's an interesting decision. The assistant referee flagged for a throw-in for Aston Villa. It was quickly overruled by Phil Dowd in favour of Chelsea.
He limps his way off Andrei Shevchenko, but as effective as a performance as he's put in a blue shirt. Set up 1, scored 2, Andrei Shevchenko. The concern is that there's yet another knock that Chelsea and Avram Grant have to contend with. One plus side for them, their festive schedule is exceptionally kind. They don't need to leave West London to play a game in any competition until January the 19th. Even their away games are just down the road at Fulham. So close to stealing it there, Gabriel Bonlahor. Gareth Barry has. Chelsea ball. Aston. And the way this game has gone, don't rule out a late sting in the tail. Claudio Pizarro, Michael Aston trying to work it through to Kalou. Curtis Davis got the telling touch in there, and Melberg can clatter it clear. Alex. Offside flag here against Joe Cole. And Chelsea will make another change. Another of their players who they'll be missing for large swathes of early 2008 comes on. The Nigerian international John Obi Mikel replaces Claudio Pizarro.
Replacing number 12, John Mikel Obi.
Looks like more of a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3, I should say, for Chelsea here as they look to chase the game. Sean Wright-Phillips push forward down this right-hand side. Joe Cole on the left, Kalou down the middle. And Ballack and Mikel in the heart of midfield. Here is the German. Aston. Great charge from Michael Aston. He's found Ashley Cole. Away by Larson, only as far as Ballack. Aston. Sean Wright-Phillips. Early ball in, great ball in. Kalou, Cole, Joe Cole for Chelsea. Real last-ditch defending here from Aston Villa, and a free kick for Chelsea inside the D there.
My first thoughts were that's a harsh decision. Let's have another look at it. Certainly Real Coker made a fair challenge. I think probably it was Larson who made the foul from behind. Let's have a look. And there you can see clearly, and that's the view that Phil Dowd also had.
Now then, Chelsea options.
It's got to be Alex, doesn't it? No Shevchenko, no Lampard. Although
Michael Ballack might fancy a crack. In the game that has delivered everything on Boxing Day, will one of the men in blue provide a final twist? Ballack, he's done it! Michael Ballack back on Boxing Day. Chelsea lead 4-3. A net breaker, which is an Aston Villa heartbreaker. An incredible end to an incredible game.
what a contribution Ballack has made this afternoon. Question marks about the Aston Villa war. Scott Carson is furious. I think it was Rio Coker, the last man. Why goes across there, given the space to Ballack, only he will know. He finds the space, finds the accuracy, and the ball is in the corner. And Scott Carson beaten yet again for the fourth time.
His first Premier League appearance of the season, Michael Ballack. His first Premier League goal of the season. Absolutely priceless. Aston Villa have already drawn 4-4 once in London this season. Can they find it within themselves to come back again? They've got 90 seconds just about of normal time. They've got one final throw of the dice in terms of a substitution available to them as well, and they're going to use it in a minute. Send on Marlon Howard. Luke Moore kind of bulldoze his way through the Chelsea defence. Bama picked up a knock. It's going to be his last contribution anyway. Villa stacked the forward line as they look for a second equaliser. 2-0 up they were, don't forget, just before half-time. Then a red card for Zat Knight, a penalty for Chelsea. Won by Ballack, converted by Shevchenko. An absolute beauty by Shevchenko to level it up for Chelsea early on in the second half. Great goal from Alex to give Chelsea the lead. Larson back for Villa. Now can Villa come back again? Ashley Cole got in the way. Olof Mellberg here into the mix. Marlon Howard, can he finish here for Aston Villa? Back in by Barry! They just can't finish it off here. Off the line by Ashley Cole. Appeals for handball. They surround the referee. And Phil Dowd has given the penalty.
And it's got to be a red card also. Ashley Cole will have to leave the field. He's the guilty one on the goal line. The assistant referee clearly spotted it. Phil Dowd didn't see it. He brought it to his attention. And Chelsea surely will be reduced to 9 men.
Appeals from Chelsea that it came off the chest of their left back, falling on deaf ears for the second time at that end of the field. For an incident inside the penalty area, Phil Dowd looks certain to show a red card. There it is. Chelsea down to 9. Deliberate handball on the goal line by Ashley Cole. Big decisions from the man in black today. Gareth Barry, who has 3 goals for Aston Villa this season, all of them from the penalty spot, to salvage a point at Stamford Bridge. Yellow card for Ballack, for Chapback. And again for Howard.
And he's making him re-spot it. Cech was the villain in the first half with that horrendous mistake. Last minute of the game, will he be Chelsea's hero?
An extraordinary climax at Stamford Bridge. Barry for Aston Villa. Scores! 4-4. And who would begrudge this spirited Villa fight back again?
Full marks to Gareth Barry. Under enormous pressure. He knows full well that if he misses, his team go away from Stamford Bridge with absolutely nothing. He's kept his cool. He slots it with his left foot into the opposite corner from which Cech makes his move. It's a great penalty from the Villa skipper. And how they deserve this point. They've been good value this afternoon, Aston Villa. It's been a topsy-turvy game. You need about 20 minutes trying to explain everything that's happened.
We'll carry on till New Year's Day discussing this one. It's an overused term, isn't it, in football, Christmas cracker, but we have had just that here. From start to finish, when Villa took the game to Chelsea, right to the end where they have snatched all 3 points away from them. And it looks like it'll all be shared on Boxing Day at Stamford Bridge. Twice Chelsea thought they'd done enough to win it, once through Alex and one through Ballack. Chelsea's 9 men against Villa's 10. 8 goals, 3 red cards. 2 penalties in there as well. Still querying looks down there as to how much time there is to be added on. I don't think we've seen a board yet from Andy D'Urso, the 4th official. Because we haven't had a signal from Phil Dowd, I suspect, in all the melee. Well, that is an extraordinary story at Stamford Bridge on Boxing Day. And a point for Aston Villa. Chelsea's Christmas curse looks like striking again. They couldn't win a game last year, and they couldn't win one this year. Down to 9 men, and they were denied right at the death by a penalty from Gareth Barry. That doesn't really tell the tale. 2-0 down just before half-time, Chelsea. Back they came through 2 goals from Andrei Shevchenko, one of which involved a red card for Zat Knight. Chelsea took the lead through Alex, but back came Aston Villa through Martin Larsson, 3-3. Michael Ballack's free kick looked to have won it for Chelsea. Ricardo Carvalho sent off in the meantime, and right in stoppage time, Ashley Cole's red card for what looked a debatable goal line handball, and Gareth Barry could steal a point for Aston Villa. It has been memorable stuff on Boxing Day at Stamford Bridge. It has been Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 4.